Guys, welcome to our video. Today we're going to show you how to change a steering rack on a Nissan Figaro. Sadly, this is a really common fault on the car. The steering rack is full of rubber seals, and over the 30 odd years those seals perish and the rack starts to leak. You'll know that the rack is failing because you'll either get a puddle of the red fluid, or you'll get red fluid dripping around the rack, or you might even get a grinding noise from the steering if the fluid gets too low. This one we're looking at is a reconditioned rack. It's had all the seals changed internally and the ones in the pinion. It's been stripped, it's been cleaned, it's had the play adjusted, it's got new arms, it's got new gaiters. This one's ready to go in the car, so I'm now going to show you how we remove the old one from the car. Here we are on the car, ready to remove the old one. So the first thing we do is pull down the wheel arch liner and then pull out this belt cover. I've done it in advance so you don't have to watch us struggle with the bolts. Secondly, we need to remove the drive shaft. So it's held in with a hub nut, which has been removed in this picture, and then the gearbox end of the drive shaft just pulls out. You give it a little tug. Following the drive shaft removal, we're just going to remove the wishbone from the bottom of the hub. Finally, we're taking the tie rod from the top of the hub, and now you can see the hub just swings loose. It's still held on with the shocker, but you can move it around. The next part is a bit of a battle, and you can see here we're having to remove the rear engine mount. I've taken most of the bolts off already, and we're just taking the last one out. You can't remove the rack without taking this engine mount off. You can see here it bolts to the floor and to the engine. Once the engine mount's been removed, the rack's got 4 bolts held in with U-shaped clips. Once they're undone, the rack just pulls out. And you can see here, the trick is to slide it to the passenger side of the car. And then once you've gone as far as you can towards the passenger side, it's about pulling it forward and then sliding it back the other way past the chassis. The pipes that go onto the top of the rack are just held in place with a Jubilee clip. Once you've got the old rack out, it's time to put the new one in place and give everything a clean up. It's probably going to be covered in oil because the old rack will have been leaking. So you can see here we've started to clean it all up. This is the new rack in place. Putting a new rack in is well worth it as an investment. If they run low for a long time, it's unsafe. It can cause the damage to the steering pump. And also, you really don't want the steering to suddenly get heavy and noisy.